with the introduction of a new renewable energy pricing system for the province. Following the Minister's remarks, I'm going to expand briefly on some of the points he makes, and then we will open it up for questions. So without further ado, Minister Smitherman.
Thank you very much. It's a great privilege to be here, and also want to send a special message out to anybody that might be watching this live on the web. I especially want to acknowledge my my friend and my parliamentary assistant, Laurel Broughton, who's here and who's got important responsibilities associated with taking the Green Energy Act through the legislative process. And I do want to say, in the presence of many of the staff from OPA, from the Ontario Power Authority, that we're just so grateful for the hard work that has brought us to today, recognizing that much more hard work will follow. We're not letting off the pedal quite yet, but we really do want to acknowledge the efforts that have gone into making today possible. On February the 23rd, I introduced the Green Energy and Green Economy Act. Yesterday, it passed second reading on a voice vote. We offer the promise of green jobs to Ontarians, and today we take the next bold step forward, North America's first feed-in tariff. A feed-in tariff is about certainty, certainty that we will pay a fair price, and certainty that comes with a long-term contract. Today we propose prices for a variety of different forms of electricity production. The feed-in tariff pricing structure offers rates that recognize the needs of smaller scale projects, and we are very strongly encouraging the active participation of homeowners and small business people and First Nations communities. As an example, we envision 100,000 rooftops coming to life as energy generators, and we predict that substantial employment growth will take place. As the Ontario Power Authority undertakes consultation on today's package, I can tell you that further complementary actions are forthcoming. The Green Energy Act in and of itself is a framework which, when accompanied by a variety of policy initiatives, will provide the opportunity here in the province of Ontario for billions of dollars of investment to occur and to take better advantage of renewable forms of energy, or as I like to say, take better advantage of what Mother Nature has to offer for free. The reality is that this feed-in tariff is a model that is built on a model from other places where they have achieved extraordinary success. And to those that raise questions or have nagging doubts about our ability here in this province, in a time of global economic and local economic challenge, to create economic opportunity, I believe that a review of the feed-in tariff will enhance your understanding of the formula and give greater confidence to what we're embarking on here in the province of Ontario, which is to raise the bar on our ambitions, and in so doing to create numerous opportunities for people to be involved in the green economy. And I want to say again in closing that we're thankful for the work that the OPA has done to bring us to this stage today, and we're looking very much forward to the additional announcements which I will have the privilege of making over the next several months as we continue to build on the promise that is contained in the Green Energy Act, and we continue to encourage other members of the legislature to offer their support to this bill as it will come forward this spring at some point for a vote in the legislature of the province of Ontario. We can never presume that the bill will be passed, but we're feeling pretty good about the progress that's been made so far, and we're feeling great about the work that the Ontario Power Authority has done in helping to create North America's first feed-in tariff. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Minister. We thought it might be useful if I expanded on a few of the points that the Minister touched on. I'll try to be brief. The OPA is committed to maximizing the development of renewable energy sources in a cost-effective way to ensure that electricity prices remain affordable for all Ontarians. And as the Minister said, Ontario is going to be leading the way in North America with this proposed feed-in tariff program. It's going to promote the development of both community-based and as well large commercial renewable energy projects. A feed-in tariff is going to provide long-term contracts with set prices for energy generated from renewable energy sources such as on and offshore wind, water, solar, biogas, biomass, and landfill gas as well. It's going to enhance access to capital, it's going to increase certainty, and it's going to build investor confidence as well. Our Renewable Energy Standard Offer program, which you may be familiar with as RESOP, was a very successful program, and the response was so strong that we actually wanted to take some steps to make it a more efficient and more viable program for the future and more fair. And that's what we're doing with the FIT program, or the Feed-in Tariff program, that is going to introduce a number of improvements over a number of our past programs. The Feed-in Tariff program is going to encourage more developers to participate by providing incentives for both large and small operations. So it's no more one-size-fits-all. It is going to incorporate streamlined approvals to move projects ahead faster. It's going to encourage distributed generation, and it's going to enhance economic activity in this province. The proposed feed-in tariff prices, and note that I am using the word proposed, were developed based on experience here as well as experience in other jurisdictions. Feed-in tariff programs are the most common form of purchasing electricity from renewable energy supplies in Europe, and they use multi-year commitments as well. Germany and Spain are the most often cited programs because they're most mature, and we've looked at those, and what we've done is developed a made-for-Ontario version. The experience of those other jurisdictions have told us that prices should be different for different project sizes and different technology types to reflect the different costs that are associated with those different types of technologies. And that's what today's schedule does and reflects that. We've also looked at recent OPA experience with contracting for both small and large generation, and we're setting technology-specific FIT prices to help ensure that we get development across a wide range of technologies and project sizes. We also took into consideration the economic and unique resource conditions here in Ontario. So the FIT schedule, the prices that we're putting out today, it's designed to allow renewable energy projects to recover the cost of building and maintaining the projects, and also to earn a reasonable rate of return on the investment over the duration of the contract, which generally will be 20 years. So the proposed prices are designed to cover capital costs, operating and maintenance costs, typical connection costs, and a reasonable rate of return. I should probably expand briefly on connection costs, because under the FIT proposal, what we're looking at is that more of the connection costs will be shared across all ratepayers than under the previous regime. And this, of course, will be subject to the passage of the Green Energy Act and the work that the Ontario Energy Board is doing on this subject. We will review prices and amend them periodically over time as technologies improve, as industry experience evolves, as the market changes. So right now we have proposed prices, and we need to see how they measure up in the eyes of those who will actually be going out and developing projects. So our next step is going to be hearing from interested parties and stakeholders, and we look forward to listening to their input and suggestions. Starting next week, we will be consulting with stakeholders on the program. We have developed this schedule, draft program rules, and various other elements with help from ISO, Hydro One, and the OEB, our partners in the electricity sector. And that includes eligibility criteria and a number of other details. And I particularly want to thank those agencies for helping us and get to this point today. We are going to start with weekly sessions that will start next week and run for 8 weeks, starting on the 17th. These consultation sessions that we're going to do will obviously complement the legislative work that Minister Smitherman and Ms. Broughton will be doing on the Act as it proceeds through the committee process in the legislature. First Nations and Métis people are, of course, invited to participate both in the legislative process as well as the stakeholder consultations that we've been having with them. We anticipate that we will probably also be having specific meetings to address